time people know me, like I'm already that way. But now, today, I just spent 5 days having the most transformational, eye-opening, unbelievable, life-altering experience, and I get to share it with you! So I got to participate this weekend in a program. It's called the Experts Academy. And I got to sit in a room of 900 experts. Experts at whatever it is that they could imagine to be an expert at. Expert speakers, expert coaches, expert athletes, expert. And it was so awesome to watch people experience, share, be who they're an expert at. You know, you'd walk up to someone and they'd be excited to learn, who are you? And they'd be excited to share who they are. And you'd learn. Like the more people you'd say hi to, the more you'd learn all these things I didn't even know people were experts at. So I ask you to consider as you sit in the chairs today, what are you an expert at? What are you an expert at? What do you know that someone else would love to know from you? What are you uniquely designed? What have you endured in your life that now you're an expert at helping someone with that? You're an expert because you didn't know how to lose weight and now you do. You're an expert because you didn't feel comfortable talking to strangers and now you do. You're an expert because you didn't know how to ask questions in a way that caused people to engage in a conversation and now you do. You're an expert because you've broken through something that was heartbreaking. You're an expert because you overcame a loss. You're an expert because you know something that someone else wants to know. What? You're an expert because you know something someone else wants to know. And who here walks around thinking that they're not an expert at something? That's right. And thank you for actually being willing to share. We walk around thinking we're not an expert yet, we're not ready yet, we're not good enough yet, we're not worthy enough yet, we're not going there yet. But you are an expert because you've done what you've done and someone else hasn't yet. You're an expert to a person who never heard of Herbalife. You're an expert to a person who never got level 10 results. You're an expert to someone who's never worked out in their life before. You're an expert. And the level of expertise that you want to have, you get to design. What you don't know yet, have a conversation with someone who knows it. And you grow your expertise. The level of expert is all in your mind. How you relate to yourself, how good enough you are, is in your mind. Is how you decide to define it. So my name is Monika Zans, and I'm an expert at recognizing your greatness. And my job here is to make sure you walk out that door knowing that you were just a little greater than when you walked in. That's my job. And the way that I do that is that I share stories, I empower people, I ask you questions and get you to share your experiences, your stories, so that everybody in this room can relate to something that someone has they don't have yet that they can now go ask, or something that you have because someone shared and you realized, I thought that too. And I request that when you walk in the door, and I'm on the other side of it, that what you do is you put aside the limiting beliefs, the things you say I can't, the things that you say you're not worthy of yet, that you leave that stuff on the other side of the door. It'll be waiting for you when you walk out of here. If you want it to be. It will be. Or not. And what you get to do for the hour or 40 minutes or 30 minutes or 5 minutes that you have with me, whatever it may be for you, that you actually get to be everything you are. And you get to find your greatness. You get to be your expert. You get to stand up and share from your heart whatever there is that you know that someone else in here needs to know, or wants to know, or gets to know, or would learn from. We have an amazing opportunity to touch people's lives every minute of every day. By a glance, by a smile, by a look, by a touch, by anything. We have a way to impact people. And if you walk out the door and decide to take on all the stuff that you left out there, be my guest. But while you're here, I ask you that you really connect to the part inside of you that knows the gift that you are here. that knows your greatness, that knows what you know that you have to give away. So will you guys do that?
Yes.
Will you do that?
Yes.
Awesome. So here for everybody in the room. So who here in the room is in the room for the first time ever?
Woo!
Welcome to Motivational Mondays. The intention is to motivate you, inspire you, and leave you in a different question, a different mindset, or a different curiosity than you've been before you walked in the door. I also ask, if you've been here before, that you, when you leave out the door, those two of you that are leaving, that you don't leave without paying forward something you learned. That you don't ever leave without paying forward something you learned.
Right.
In the last 5 minutes, did anybody learn anything?
Oh, yes.
Okay, someone stand up. Okay, great. Those people that nobody else stand up. So you, all of you, come up here, please. Yeah. I'm great. Ladies? Enough to go around. All right. Awesome. So starting with Robin, we're going to go around, and each of you share one thing. What? One thing that you learned.
It's all in your mind. The value you put within yourself is the value you can give to others.
Great. Sit on down. Great. Cheer for Robin.
I'm Anne-Marie or Annie. One thing I learned is that you get to design how great you want to be and whatever you want to be an expert at.
Awesome.
My name is Greg. One thing that I've learned is the value of sharing. You never know who might learn or be interested in what you have to share.
My name's Jackson, and one thing I learned is to be an expert at something, you don't have to be an expert based on someone else's credentials. It's based on how you believe in yourself.
Hello, my name is Thaddeus Welch. The thing that I learned is that, kind of piggybacking off what he said, is that we're all experts at something. We all walk around on a daily basis with our heads kind of low, searching for what it is that we're good at. But to someone, there's always something that we're an expert at. There's always a gift within us that we can share with other people that is unique to us.
Hi, my name is Ray. My experience or my expertise is being me. And what I've learned is that we have gifts within ourselves and that we have to share with other people so we can share the gift and share the wealth with everyone else.
Hi everyone, my name is Andre. And often we think like we're not good enough, we're not there yet. And like we wait until we think that we are perfect at it to actually share with other people. I share with other people. But when you realize and actually open your eyes and look around, there's people that had never had the chance to be touched by that. So just share wherever you're at which stage you're at. Just share that with other people, and they will be blessed to get information.
Hi, Michael Ray. The one thing I've learned is your 24 hours. How are you using the 24 hours? We only really have 24 hours in a day, as E says, and you gotta use it wisely because we're sleeping so much. So out there, people say, I gotta get 8 hours of sleep. No, you don't have to get 8 hours of sleep. Your mind says you have to get 8 hours of sleep. So how are you using 24 hours a day? Our 24 hours a day should be used inspiring people because that's what we do, right? Everybody's in here because somebody else inspired you. So how are you using the 24?
Yeah. Everybody again, did you learn something?
Yes.
You learned something?
Yes.
Awesome. So now, my request is, when you walk out the door, make sure that you don't take longer than 24 hours to pay it forward. Okay? Whatever you may have learned from just that, the first 5 minutes, what everybody shared, just that. And we're about to get a whole bunch more in here. So we have a lot of opportunities to constantly be learning. And I just ask you that when you walk out the door that you never walk out without paying it forward to someone else. Because what happens when we pay it forward is not only do we ingrain in the lesson as though we own it, but we also give it away to someone else to take advantage of what we've learned. And the more we own the lessons that we have, the more we can what? Share and lead. The more we can be an expert. Good?
Yes.
Good?
Yes.
Awesome. So, let's talk a little bit. Who in the room has never been to Active Nutrition, is not a health coach, doesn't know anything about what we do here? Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Excellent. Welcome and thank you. So we're going to teach you just a teeny tiny bit. I have a trusty little wheel to teach you this, what we're about. Okay, so where you're at right now, it's called Active Nutrition. And Active Nutrition is a place where we as people share incredible dreams, incredible lifestyle, an extraordinary community, and the opportunity to really get in the best shape of our lives and have the mindset and the fitness and the community behind us to do that. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. So, how do we do that? Well, some of it is 20% fitness. The other part of it is 80% nutrition. You can't use the body if you're not fueling the body with the nutrition that you need. And then what we've discovered over time and time and time is that if you don't have the right mindset, that anything you do with your body and put in your body and use your body to do is not going to stick. It'll be a temporary experience, and then eventually you'll judge yourself, and then you'll call me up and you'll say, hey, I don't believe in myself, I'm not an expert, I'm not good at this. So what 20% and 80% mean, when you have 100% mindset, you can use this 20% and 80% to go make a difference in people's lives. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So you got that, right? 20%, 80%, 100%.
Got it.
How's your mindset right now?
100%.
Okay, great. Well, let me share with you how we do that, okay? So, first of all, we teach you about balanced diet. We talk about nutrition timing, we talk about protein, we talk about what's important in terms of the food you're putting in your mouth, how your body uses it, and in terms of when you should be putting it into your body and how to use it. Then we talk about, teach people, and who here takes our products? Awesome. Turn around the room for those of you who are new. So we use Herbalife Nutrition products. Herbalife Nutrition is extraordinary. The company's been around for 30 years. We have incredible doctors that are on our staff from UCLA. We have athletes around the world. We have sports nutrition. We have all this amazing nutrition in the products that we have. So in order to get the results that people want and have this 80% nutrition, we teach them about balanced diet and Herbalife Nutrition. Then we do one-on-one coaching. We help ask the questions people need to be asked so that they can express the goals that they want, both in their fitness, their nutrition, and their mindset, so they can have that full experience. Because if we're the greatest selves that we are in our mindset, we have the greatest body, and we're using what we put into our body for the greatest sense of our being, then we can go out in the world and make the greatest difference in people's lives. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we do the one-on-one coaching to support people to get the results they say they want. How do we do some of that? Well, we have healthy, active lifestyle events. In these events, it could be anywhere from a weight loss challenge, an active body challenge. It could be going out to a fit club. It could be going into one of our yogas. It could be coming to one of our, thank God it's Monday, Motivational Mondays. It can be any number of things, but healthy, active lifestyle is the goal and the objective. To have people begin to participate in an environment where they actually get to focus on all three of these things and feel excited, feel rejuvenated, feel like they have energy to go and share. And then lastly, we build community and relationships with people so that it's so much easier when you have a community around you that believes in what you believe in, that does what you love to do, and that shares with you and cheers for you. It's so much easier to actually get the results. Would you agree?
Yes.
Awesome. So we create community and relationships. Who here has ever felt like in this business as a health coach or in your teams of people that you have a family outside of your family? Those of you who are new to the room, look around the room. I worked in corporate America for 20 years. It was a very difficult position to be in when you'd go to work every day and I'd leave my husband and my 2 small children and not feel like I was going to anywhere where someone had my back. Every day I walk into the doors here, every day. Someone gives me a hug, someone gives me a smile, and someone has my back, and that is an invaluable place to grow 20% fitness, 80% nutrition, and that 100% mindset. And then lastly, but not least, because it's my favorite thing, I'll put my little heart around it, is personal development. When we personally develop ourselves, we get to step inside of our expert. We get to be what we say we want, we get to be what we say we do, we get to make the impact we say we want to make in this world. So I love personal development because the better I am and the more clear I am and the more I let go of all the stuff that gets in my way and clouds my view and talks in the back of my head really too loud sometimes, the more all of that clarity that I have, the more that I can make an impact. The more people's lives I get to touch. And the more people trust that when I touch them, it's authentic, it's genuine, it's real, I really care. I look at Ray in the eyes and he really knows that when he shares with me, I really want to hear it. It really matters to me. And that authenticity comes because we take care of ourselves first and foremost. Because we've developed the things personally that we need to develop. So when you think about your lives, you think about the jobs you may or may not have, you think about the jobs you may or may not have left, and you think about what I'm looking for next. Just what's next? I would ask you to ask yourself, does what I do and what I'm looking for have all of these compartments? Do they have all of these pieces of the pie that really define what it is that I want for my life? That support me in all the areas that I need to be supported in to be my greatest self so I can get what I want and so I can make the difference because I have this mindset. So who here sees that you could actually make a massive impact when all these things get handled? Awesome. Awesome. So, for those of you who are brand new to the room, I just ask you, when you walk out the door, ask yourself that question. Are these the things that would really make a difference in my life? Yes?
Yeah.
Good?
Good.
Awesome. Let me move this away. So, we're about to watch a little video. And the video increases the opportunity for us to recognize if we're going to step inside of our expert, if we're really going to acknowledge and recognize what we have to give that someone else in here wants from us. We have to start looking at who we're surrounding ourselves with. Look around the people in this room. Beautiful on the inside and out. Questioning, searching, curious, interested, longing to make a difference on the planet in a unique way. Who here would like to make a difference on the planet in a unique way? Awesome. Yeah. So, for those of us who want to make a difference in a unique way, we want to start looking at how are we surrounding ourselves with the kinds of people that promote the difference we want to make. So we're going to hear a little bit from Les Brown.
Say, birds of a feather flock together. You run around with losers, you will end up a loser. Unconsciously. Unconsciously, you will pick up their ways, you will pick up their habits, you'll pick up, most importantly, their attitude about life. If you're around cynical, negative people all the time, you will become cynical and negative. So you got to watch yourself. Many of us are living out the lives of other people, living out their conclusions, living out of their consciousness. The other thing is that you begin to looking at your life and looking at what it is that you want to achieve. Another crucial thing that you must do is align yourself with powerful people. Align yourself with people that can encourage you, people that can empower you, people that you can learn from, people that you can grow from. That's very important. See, if you have people around you that can contribute to your growth. When I wanted to become a speaker, I joined the National Speakers Association. I wanted to be around the Dr. Norman Vincent Peales, the Zig Ziglars, the Dwayne Dyers. I wanted to be around people that were doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn from them. And you want to do that too. You want to align yourself with people who think like you, people who dream like you, people who want more out of life, people that are stretching and searching and seeking some higher ground in life. As opposed to the majority of people. Somebody said, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. And so you don't want to be on the bottom. See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you, ladies and gentlemen. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. Sometimes I have to pull myself out of bed and say, come on, Les. Things I know I should do, I don't do. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. So think about that. So as you begin to look toward making this your decade, as you begin to look toward making your life different, as you begin to look at yourself, you've got to redefine yourself. Who are you right now? And who must you become in order to create what you want? What has to change about you What is it that you're doing right now that would be a liability for you? As you begin to look toward the future and take inventory of yourself, what is it about you right now that you've got to leave this behind because this no longer fits? Looking at where you want to go and the kind of person that you must become, the kind of standards that you have for you. What is it that you must do differently? Repeat out to me, please. If you want to keep on getting what you're getting, keep on doing what you're doing. See, that doesn't take an Einstein for that one. All right? It makes sense unless you change your pattern, unless you change the way you're thinking, unless you change your behavior, you're going to continue to produce the results in your life. See, all of us are winners, but some of us are producing results that we don't want. And so all you have to do is look at your game plan, look at your strategy. How is it that you have been being? What is it that you've been doing to produce this? See, you're the director, you're the producer, you're writing the script, you're the star of your life. And as you begin to look at your life, you can decide whether or not it's a smash or whether or not it's a flop. That's in your hands. Look at your life, look at where you want to go. Don't worry about your circumstances. Don't worry about your age. I have a friend who's up in age, over 70, and she wanted to build a multi-million-dollar complex. The name is Dr. Johnny Coleman. Lenders and bankers say, you can't do that, you're too old. She ignored them. That building now stands, ladies and gentlemen, a multi-million-dollar structure. But there are a lot of people who would have listened to that. There are a lot of people that would not have even gotten to that point. They would have talked themselves out of even going down to the bank to ask for it, because they've already said no to themselves. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no. See, 87% of our self-talk is negative. So you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to say yes to your dreams. Why not? Why not me? Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining. Don't try and get on talk shows and tell everybody how life has done you wrong. Here's what's happening in the audience. 80% don't care, and 50% glad it's you. All right? So when you know that, you don't go around crying, oh, you know what they did to me? Who cares? Get away from me before they come back. I had a friend of mine that said something that's very important. He said, hey, it doesn't matter what happens to you. The only thing matters, what are you going to do about it? That's all that matters. Okay, life knocked you down. What are you going to do about it? How long are you going to sit there and say, you know what they did to me? How long? Who wants to hear that racket? Use that energy to get up from there and move on and get on with your life. You got to learn to let the past go so you can grow. Many people never act on their dreams because they allow their past experiences to determine what their possibilities are. Whatever you've done in the past, that's not a reflection of your possibilities. That's just a reflection of your consciousness. That's just a reflection of your development and your growth. The future is unfolding for you right now. The future is unlimited for you right now. No one knows where you can go. No one knows what you're capable of or what's possible for you. You don't even know that. I had no idea, ladies and gentlemen. No one could have convinced me that I was able to do this. I'll never forget, I was speaking in Detroit, and a high school friend of mine saw me afterwards, and he was backstage. He said, I can't believe it's the same person. And I thought for a moment, and I said, it's not. The person you know, he's gone. He doesn't live here anymore. We have the power to change our personal history, changing the direction of our lives, changing our thoughts, changing where we want to go, exploring new horizons. So as you begin to look at this decade and affirming that this is your decade, as you set goals that will make you stretch, that will bring out the best in you, as you begin to remove the negative, toxic people from your life, as you decide to take some chances in life, and that's one of the things that's very important. Viscard said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? I'll never forget when I reached my first major goal of buying my mother that home. I never forget what it was like, and you're going to have this experience when you reach some major goal. When I drove up to the house and I got out and I gave Mama the key, and I said, Mama, this is for you. I'll never forget the look on her face. She said, oh my God, no one could have convinced me when I adopted y'all that this would happen. She said, oh, thank you. She said, and you caused me so many damn problems.
So the question that I have then for you is, what are you willing to look at that you haven't looked at before? What are you willing to change or shift or grow from? What are you willing to do something about that you haven't been willing to do it about before? You know, when he talks about we can change our future, we can change who we are, the truth is we aren't the same person as we were a moment ago. Forget about a week ago, a year ago, when we were back in high school. We are not the same person from a moment ago, because a moment ago you didn't watch this video. And a moment ago, you didn't meet me or the other person that's sitting next to you on either side of you. You didn't make a conversation for the first time with a person that you've never had a conversation. You didn't learn something new about yourself because you heard someone share what they learned. You're new every moment, and we get to choose how much do we want to grow? In what directions do we want to go? The more curious you are, the more opportunity to grow that you have. And the question is, how curious are you, and how much are you stopping your curiosity? So, because I love to hear from everybody here, I'd love to hear from you. What are you willing to change? Today, what are you willing to change? When you walk out the door, what are you willing to change? Ray, stand up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ray. And what I'm willing to change is my timing. I need to prioritize better. I heard that from one of my coaches today. How about that? So I already knew this about myself, but hearing it from someone else, it kind of changes it up a little bit. And that way you know that that person is actually watching you, watching the things that you do as a leader. So therefore I'm working on that today, right now, done.
Yeah. So who's going to hold you accountable to that?
I will hold myself accountable.
And someone else.
Have two?
You can have two.
Good, Sam and Nani, right
You
here.
ready? Can you do that for him? Okay, great. Awesome.
And they will.
So what's one thing that you're going to do to manage that? To manage your time better?
Schedule. I guess give me out a planner, a daily planner.
Okay, great. Nani has some tools. She'll be able to teach you.
Love it.
Okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's hear it for Ray.
What's up, everybody? It's Greg again. I'm willing to change, and I'm actually practicing changing on my interactions with my friends. I'm used to listening to their BS and what they're going through. They're this, they're that, I don't have time, I don't have money, nobody's there for me. Now, what I've come to a conclusion is there are people there for you, and you don't necessarily need the money to do the things that you're wanting to do. So if you're going to sit there, my friends, if you're going to sit there and complain, you're going to push to the side. If you're willing to find ways to make things happen, I'm there to help you and support you for that.
You can stay right there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So what I
Name
am
first.
working on, my name is Janeka.
Hey, Janine.
And I've started practicing this this past weekend, but working on allowing help from others. That's my biggest struggle. Is I have a lot. I'll go through some things, but and I'll be totally open with helping other people. But when it comes to receiving help, I'm not. I'm usually not open for that. So
Up until now.
Up until now. So that is what I'm working on, is accepting and allowing people to step into my life and help
So is there anybody in this room that you would ask something from right now?
ask something from?
Yeah, ask for help right now. Who's it gonna be? Who's the lucky person?
Well, Thaddeus.
Okay. You guys gotta get, that's part of the issue. She doesn't know how to receive the help because she doesn't know what she's asking for help for. I don't know. Do you want to help her?
I don't know.
Do you want to help her?
You know we cool, man.
Yeah. Help with.
What are the 2 things in your business that are stopping you?
Stepping out of my comfort zone to talk to people that I would feel make me feel inferior.
Mm-hmm. That's one.
And
who else has that? Oh, I'm surprised. She's not alone. Okay, good.
And being consistent every day, even when I don't want to.
Okay, great. So can I call that accountability?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So would you like to ask for some help?
Sure.
Awesome, Thaddeus.
I would love to. I would love to.
So let's be really specific, okay?
Okay.
So what specifically, pick which one of those you'd like his help with, and then ask for one thing that he can do to help you with that. Because the more you get clear about it, the more people can really be of service, which will allow you to be in greater service.
Right. Okay. Feels weird asking for help. Okay.
For now. For now.
For now. So Thaddeus, I would love it if you would help me be more open to speaking to people that make me feel inferior.
I would love to help you.
Okay, almost. So what that looks like for me, if I were to really assign you something, would be, will you go with me out into the world and share with, show me how you talk to people, what you feel before you talk to them, what you get in your mindset, then go talk to them, I'll watch. Maybe you'll even be part of the conversation with him, and you show him, I would feel inferior to that person and that person. Who in this room, look around the room for a second, is there anybody in this room that you would be uncomfortable or fearful of speaking with? There's gotta be, because if this big of a room she's not scared of, you're golden.
Well, I'd feel inferior talking to you.
Perfect. So Thaddeus, will you have a conversation with her and me after this? Perfect.
Oh, shoot.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nicole. And the first thing that I heard was when I started listening when he said 80% of our thoughts are negative. Does anyone else experience that? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. So I feel like that's something that I've been battling for a very long time. And something that I have been committed to and am very much committed to is I know those thoughts are going to go away, but having the power and the solid want and tenacity to completely go the other way. So to always think of the positive, and I think that going after what I want and the relationships that I want to create with people and the goals that I want in life have to be stronger than those thoughts that just pop up without my control. So there we go.
Woo! Okay, Aubrey, let me get over there though. Maybe it's easier for you to come over here. Go for it.
Hi everyone, my name is Aubrey. The thing I really want to work on and I want to take away from this is patience, increasing my capacity to deal with patience with multiple people. As we grow in this business, we have to help more and more people, and that starts to take more and more away from you. And I'll never forget, my mentor talked about his mentor, and how he asked me, do you ever see him looking like he's frazzled or like he doesn't have enough time? He's always relaxed. And I asked why. He said he increased his capacity. And I always thought about how could I do that? Like, as we start to touch more and more people with what this business is all about, you have to create more capacity, because who you were coming in can't be as effective as that person who wants to touch those millions of people. And I think me working on my patience, which is my biggest thing in capacity, sometimes I run out of patience because I just don't have it yet. But I'm starting to think of it like a muscle. Just like I go to the gym and I increase my muscular mass, I'm going to increase my capacity. And I think also a big thing I want to work on with that is making sure I'm well balanced in my life. Sometimes I'll run into a time where it'll be a week straight that I'm cutting short on sleep. You know, nutrition program is still there, but I'm just not sleeping. I'm pushing, and then I get to that breaking point where no matter who it is I'm talking to, my patience is cut short. I'm looking to snap, and I'm like, I just got to work on not getting in that zone. Before I get to that zone, go get my rest, get my balance, and increase my capacity that way. So the times where I do have to push outside of my comfort zone, I can, but not always pushing outside that comfort zone in my patience. Because it could be that person that you talk to when you don't have that patience that could have changed everything. You could have changed their whole life, but because you weren't patient at that time, they couldn't connect with you, and you missed out on the opportunity.
Awesome.
All right, so, hi, I'm Kelly. I actually read this quote yesterday that said the prerequisite to true freedom is to decide that you no longer want to suffer. And it really hit me because there's, we all have people in our life that are sort of toxic and energy sucking, or hopefully you don't, but I'm sure most people in the room, does anyone have someone in their life? Yes. So I'm making the decision to say that if you're not on Team Kelly, I'm not mad at you, but you're just not going to be part of my life. I mean, anyone that comes into my life, I'm going to be on Team you, period, because I'm going to see your greatness. I'm going to cheer for you. I'm going to see the best in you, period. I'm going to want what you want. And if you're not on Team Kelly and feeling the same way, then that's okay, but just... that's it.
Hi everybody, my name is Rachel. Basically, what I need to work on is I'm a procrastinator. I have been my whole life. I've been afraid to.
Been a procrastinator.
Up until now, I've been a procrastinator.
Because you are. It's
yeah,
the way you've succeeded.
I'm working on it every day. Like even this morning, I procrastinated with my son with his project, and I didn't get to go to TGIM this morning because I was helping him. So it's like something as far as everything in my life, as far as helping him and just being a better person as far as myself. Being afraid of success. And it's, you know, it's like they said, the negative people around you. I've had my family telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, and I just have to push them away because I've been afraid of being Rachel, and I'm tired of that, and I'm making a change today. Yeah. And
a whole bunch of people in your family cheering for you.
Rachel. So, yeah.
Okay. So, when you want to stop procrastinating, who here would love to stop procrastinating in an area of your life? Okay. So, think about it this way. If I said, great, go do it. Stop. Stop. Who here knows how to do that? Gotta be someone. Come on. Val. Okay, Val. Stand up.
Hi guys. Oh, so you want me to share?
Yeah.
Everybody, my name's Val. So it's really funny because I catch myself procrastinating. I think the first step though is awareness, and is realizing that hey, I'm actually procrastinating right now. You stop and tell yourself that, and the more you have conversations and talk to yourself, the more aware you become at any moment. And so first you be aware, And then second, you can ask yourself, well, am I going to keep procrastinating, or I'm just going to get it done right now? And then what I usually say when I get things done, well, you know, the rare times I'm very effective.
Really want to program yourself that way?
Huh?
Really?
Huh?
Really?
The rare times.
Off the hook?
No, the rare times up till now that I've been effective.
Perfect.
What I usually say is, I mean, it's your choice. Do you want to keep procrastinating, or you want to get to it? And then I usually just say it. I say, all right, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get this done. And then I get it done. But it's first the awareness, like catching myself in the moment, and then making the choice to do it.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous in front of everybody else.
I'm Samantha. What I do is, because you know we all procrastinate, but what I do is if I see myself procrastinating or it's, oh, I'll just do it later, I stop myself and I say, no, I'm going to do it now, because if I do it now, I don't have to worry about it later, and then I'm not stressed out. So that's what I do for myself with anything. It's like, no, just do it now. If you can get it done, just do it, because I hate that stressed out feeling later when I'm like, oh, I got to do 20 things when I had all yesterday and the day before yesterday to do it, and now it's the day that everything has to be done, and I'm doing 20 things when I could have been doing a few every day.
So would you say that you were born that way, or did you develop it?
I come from a family of excuses, and so, you know, I've been taught it was okay, so I had to break that.
Right. So she had to build the muscles.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like she woke up all like, okay, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah, and it's not even and it's still a conscious thinking. I'm constantly correcting myself. It's not even, I still haven't completely broken it, but it's just like, oh, you're making a mistake, you need to do this. Fix it.
Awesome. So Rachel, here's the great thing. You get to make a choice. It's important to understand that procrastination isn't like what I said. You don't just like wake up, I'm a procrastinator forever.
Right.
Here I am, nice to meet you, I'm a procrastinator, hi, how you doing? Never get anything done. Do you ever get things done?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So, the first thing is really an awareness about it. Every time you wake up and you see yourself doing the things you've done in the past, you say the things you said to yourself in the past, then you have the opportunity to make a new choice. And then when you really say, okay, I'm not going to keep doing that, now what's my choice? Then the new choice that you have is either do it now or schedule when you're going to do it. Get clear about when you're going to do it. But it's clarification, and if we think, I want to stop being a procrastinator, so I'm going to stop. Like I told the room, like, did you see how many people did not raise their hand? Like, stop it already. Don't procrastinate anymore. It doesn't make a difference. All we need to do is be aware of what is the other choice that we have to make, and then choose whether we're going to make it or not. And not make ourselves wrong along the way through the entire process. Because that's the biggest monster to deal with under the bed. Awesome. Let's hear it for Rachel.
Good job, Rachel.
We have time for one more person, and I'm going to pick you right there with the beautiful yellow jacket. Come on up.
Hi, my name is Inspiring Persia, and the interesting part is that I love to inspire people daily. However, it's really, I just got really nervous. Sorry. You should connect to something. You got it pretty good. Inspire us. Okay, so I'm really good at inspiring people or telling.
One person.
You got this.
You do it. Woo! Let's go.
So I'm going to continue to inspire people. However, when it comes to inspiring myself, one of my biggest fears is that I have a dancing background, but I am really fearful of going back to take dance classes professionally because I've always been told that I wasn't good enough. So that I need to make myself accountable. I will make myself accountable to go and step into my greatness by going back to dance.
Yeah.
accountable.
And maybe even that can do it with you.
Okay, so there's this one right here. I don't know her name. Wait,
Annie.
Annie. There's
Hold on. Does anybody in the room happen to dance, have a dance class, have a dance fit, or love to dance? Stand up.
No dollars, ladies, no dollars.
Thank you. So those of you who stood up, if you... we're going to receive. So would you like to make a request? Open your hands so you can receive whatever the gift is.
I make a request to receive the love and the motivation to step into my greatness and to go and take these classes.
Yeah.
Good job.
My request to support all of this is, can we actually get everyone who stood up, like who that actually is? Yeah. That's great. So find me, and so I can get your name and email, so we can.
Robin's gonna make a list of all the dancers, and we're gonna put together some dance thing, and inspiring person can go and dance. Awesome.
Monica?
Yes. Yes.
Do you mind?
Stand up. So sorry.
So Persia, tonight, and everybody here, I have Dance Fit at a branch off of the South Bay office down in Hawthorne. 6 p.m. is beginners, 7 o'clock is for advanced, but I'm revamping it so that you can feel comfortable within yourself and your body, and I want to invite every single person to come tonight and join me.
After, Stephanie, why don't you just write the information on the board so that people have it, okay? Great. So everybody in this room, there are a few things that I make a request about. Number one, you walked in the door. However you walked in the door and left whatever you left on the other side of it. You are welcome to rejoin it when you walk out the door. I don't recommend it. You're welcome to, but I don't recommend it. So what is that going to take? It's going to take remembering. It's going to take what Val said, the awareness. It's going to take the practice. It's going to take the don't procrastinate to see what happens. It's going to take really stepping into what we say that we want, who we say we want to be. And it's going to take paying it forward so that you really hear yourself saying to people what it is you're learning, who it is you're being, what you're an expert at. So you can stand in front of the room, excuse me, and like I said, I'm Monika Zans, and I'm an expert at seeing your greatness. And you can really mean that for the world that we walk into. So please go share when you walk out that door what you are an expert at. Let's hear it for everybody. Yes. On the count of 3, thank God it's Monday. 1, 2, 3. Thank God it's Monday. We're going to take a picture. Like great music. Thank you. Monday.
Much as you make yourself, you can be
Go.
Monika.
Sam.
1, 2, 3.
Monika, can you get everyone to say thank God it's Monday one more time? Okay, or I can. That video, you want to be in it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.